I'm the pirate captain. And I'm here for your gold.
Pirate Captain longs to win the Pirate of the Year award.
Hoist the flag!
But when Queen Victoria offers him great treasure for his rare pet Dodo, he thinks he finally has a chance to win.
I hate pirates!
Yet as he uncovers the Queen's evil plan, he rushes to save his beloved pet in The Pirates, Band of Misfits.
We're about to talk about The Pirates, Band of Misfits.
Arrgh.
I was very excited about this movie because it was my first Aardman Studios experience, and we have all just seen it, so let's talk about it. Who wants to summarize?
I'll start off because I'm a huge Nick Park and Aardman Studios fan, and this movie is definitely in the same vein as the wonderful Wallace and Gromit movies. It's about Pirate Captain, who longs to win the Pirate of the Year award. He tries it every year, but every year he falls short. And what happens is that he meets Charles Darwin, who tells him that his pet parrot is actually a very rare dodo, and he goes back to London to present the dodo as this amazing scientific discovery.
Oh, come on! That is disgusting.
Wait a minute. Pirate of the Year? You're entering Pirate of the Year?
No.
Yes.
Actually, it's based off of 2 of Gideon Defoe's best-selling books. They're always entitled The Pirates.
Yay!
And then it follows up with An Adventure with Scientists or Adventure in Whaling.
I love this movie because it's exactly what you expect from a Nick Park movie, and that is it takes a fairly pedestrian story about pirates, but it gives us lots of wonderful twists on that story.
I knew what to expect because people said Wallace and Gromit, it has a childlike sensibility, but it has a lot of adult humor, and that's exactly how this film went. It had very universal themes. It had lots of comedy for both children and adults, but honestly, I laughed so much more than I thought I would, and it's mostly in part to the fact that there are jokes that kids just aren't going to get. I enjoyed this movie so much that I'm gonna have to go see every other Aardman Studios thing now.
It's funny that, we continue talking about Wallace and Gromit because there's a character in this movie called Bobo who is much like Gromit, and that is he never says a thing, but he seems to be consistently the wisest character in the story and is always doing the right thing.
Bobo is definitely the most self-aware character in this movie because his whole shtick is a monkey who's a butler who has cue cards with exactly what he's going to say, even if it's unexpected.
What I was surprised by in the film is the fact that it's Hugh Grant as our starring role, and I had no idea it was Hugh Grant. I thought it was Steve Coogan the entire time, but I thought Hugh Grant fared fairly well. Look, fair, that's kind of a C pun.
I think it's a perfect Hugh Grant character.
Yeah.
Swashbuckling, but a little bit too vain for his own good. And there's a wonderful supporting cast in this movie led by Imelda Staunton, who once again plays a villain. She was Umbridge in the Harry Potter movies, and here she's the evil Queen Victoria. And of course, David Tennant is Charles Darwin, and we all know David Tennant is
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who. So as a big fan of Nick Park and Aardman Studios, it was clear that this movie had the best digital animation that they've used to date. The camera is just in all sorts of amazing places. We have helicopter shots and swooping crane shots and really extreme close-ups of the characters' faces where you can see their emotions, and it's not like the old Mr. Bill with the mouth opening and closing. So I really got a feeling that there was a vast improvement in how they've merged traditional claymation with digital animation.
Yeah, they definitely used a little bit of CGI in the animation, mostly for backgrounds and filling in the gaps between movements for our characters and their emotional performances.
The other thing that they added that was a little different from previous Aardman stuff is the 3D. But there wasn't enough of it to really justify spending an extra $4 to $6 for these 3D tickets.
I have to agree. I didn't think that the 3D was intrusive, but it really wasn't immersive either.
One final technical note. Our music supervisor, Nick Angel, put in a little icing on the cake. He threw in I'm Not Crying from Flight of the Conchords into this film, and it was the highlight for me.
It was the perfect song at the darkest moment in the movie, and it really creates an emotional payoff.
And it's just exciting to hear Flight of the Conchords in a mainstream film.
We really like this movie, but let's take our tickets and actually give our verdicts.
The Pirates, Band of Misfits. It's a goofy little film. You don't need to watch it in 3D, but you should see it.
This is a wonderful family movie with great vocal performances and a lot of fun twists. See it.
It's rated PG instead of R, but it's still really fun. So I also say see it.
L'chaim.
Arg!
Lockhart.
Lockhart!